The code challenge for today is to write a function that draws a pyramid. And the input to the function is the number of rows that we want. And so if we have 5, then it starts off with just 1, then 3, 5, and it adds 2, 1 on each end every time until we have 5 rows. I thought it'd be fun to do this as a UI, and so I started a React code sandbox here. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need is some state. So I'm going to import useState from React, and the state will be the number of rows that we want. So this will be rows and set rows from useState, and we'll default that to, say, 5 rows, just like their example. And then to change that, I'm going to make a slider. To make a slider in HTML, we can say that we have an input, and the type of that input is range, and that will give us a slider. The min for that, let's set that to 2, say. The max, let's say 20. And then the value of that is going to be the number of rows in our state. And on change, we are going to set the rows, so we're going to say set rows, to the e.target.value, but this is actually going to be a string, and we want it to be a number. So let's turn that into a number. Okay, now if we save that, we can see the slider here, but let's add an indication of what our actual value is. So we can just say rows, rows. Okay, now we have 5 rows, goes down to 2 and up to 20. Okay, now let's actually build the pyramid. So let's make this into its own function. So we can call pyramid and then the number of rows. And I'll define that up here. So our pyramid is going to accept a number of rows, and it's going to return the actual elements here. So let's wrap it in a div for now. And then let's see. We know we want to loop over the number of rows, and so we're going to loop in a JSX block here. And to get an array to loop over, we can call array with the number of rows. And then if we call .fill, that will actually make the array. And then we can map over that. And let's see, that'll give us the number here. And we want to return from that a row, an entire row. So we'll return, and now we actually have to make a row. So this n we actually want to be here. This will give us the index, so this will count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that the row, if we look back here, the 0th row has 1, the first row has 2 more than that, the second row has 2 more than that, and so we can use that in our function here. So let's just return a span for now, and we have to set a key. And then inside of here, we're going to need to produce the number of stars equal to the n plus 1, and then we're going to have to multiply that by 2 to get these 2 on the ends here. But then I think we'll have to subtract 1. So let's see what this looks like. We're going to use our array trick again, I think, to fill with, let's start with just n plus 1 times 2. Fill that. And then if we just want to return the number of stars here, we can just return a star. All right, let's save this and see where we are. Okay, it's all on the same line here, so let's add some style. And we can display this as flex. And let's justify our content center and align items center. Okay, let's save that again. Oh, and we need to set flex direction to column because we want it to appear on top of each other. Okay, there we go. Okay, and yes, now we have an extra star for every row. So it's like I thought, we have to subtract 1. So the actual formula is starting at 0, we add plus 1, multiply that by 2, and then subtract 1. That's kind of the key formula here. All right, now let's save that. There we go. We have a number of rows, and we can count up, and we can count down. And that's the answer to the pyramid problem. All right, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.